So here's a question from this Sunday. Are the 49ers back? And I did a whole segment a couple weeks ago talking about how Brock Purdy, how I might have been wrong about him. He sure looked like he was out to prove me wrong last weekend. 19 for 26, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 34-3 unraveling of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, 2 picks, no touchdowns, and he gets benched for C.J. Beathard. What happened to Trevor Lawrence? Travis Etienne was completely inefficient, only 35 yards on 9 carries. Christian Kirk did have a good game, 104 yards, but the rest of their receiving core... Can we talk about Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley has done hardly anything all season for Jacksonville outside of the first game of the year. He does nothing, 2 receptions, 20 yards. And meanwhile, it's Brock Purdy out here throwing to Kittle, throwing to Ayuk, throwing to McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel's back, barely even needed him. Kyle Juszczyk with a receiving touchdown. He's getting involved in the offense. Elijah Mitchell getting involved in the rushing offense. Deebo Samuel with a jet sweep rushing touchdown. And CMC lost his streak of 18 games in a row, I believe, with a touchdown. He lost the streak. The streak is over. But the 49ers didn't matter. They still won 34-3. They actually tried really hard to get him that touchdown. They ran 4 straight plays at the end of the game in the red zone with Sam Darnold trying to get the ball to CMC. He was not able to find the end zone. He was not able to score. So McCaffrey ends up losing that streak. Still really impressive. And my takeaway is the Niners are going to be just fine. They are going to be just fine. I'm not sure, though. I'm still not sure if they're going to be able to get to the Super Bowl because Philly's a good team. And we'll see them play in a little bit, in a couple weeks. We're going to see that matchup. And that's going to be a really hyped game. That might be the game of the season. So I'm not sure who I would take, San Francisco or Philadelphia. But I think those are clearly the cream of the crop. For the second year in a row, those are the cream of the crop in the NFC. And as far as Jacksonville goes, I don't know what the problem is for Trevor, but something has to give. Something has to give, because Trevor has not been playing well. Especially, that was one of the worst games of his career. And I'm not sure where you go from here. The Jags schedule, it's not super easy. Like, they don't have a bunch of gimmies when you look at their schedule. Jacksonville's next game is against the Titans. But after that, they play Houston, who looks good, Cincinnati, who looks good, the Browns, who look good, and the Ravens. So the Jaguars, if they win next week, they'll be 7-3. I could totally see them losing 4 straight after that. Houston, who already beat them, and then Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore. That's a tough gauntlet. I think they could split. If the best case scenario for Jacksonville is to split those 4 games. If they split those 4, they'll be okay. They finish the season with Tampa, Carolina, Tennessee, so they should win those 3. But I'm not sold on the Jaguars yet. And I was earlier on in the season, but Trevor needs to play better. Because the reason why I bought into the Jaguars so much earlier in the season was because of my faith in Trevor Lawrence. Because I thought that he was going to be the generational quarterback who we've been saying he can be, who we've seen the potential. But so far he hasn't done that. And so right now I'm at the point where I honestly think that the Jaguars have a lot still to prove. And luckily for them, they have an opportunity. In 2 weeks, they play Houston. CJ Stroud beat them the first time. I want to see the Jaguars get revenge. I want to see Trevor Lawrence beat the Texans and beat CJ Stroud. If he can do that, my faith will be restored. But that is going to do it for this video. Just doing quick recap segments for all the games that I think were important. So leave a like, leave a comment down below. What do you think about the Niners? Are they really back? Are the Jaguars going to continue free falling, or are they going to be okay? And yeah, subscribe to the channel. This is Coast to Coast Sports. I am Levi. Thank you for watching.